everyone, and welcome back to the Clout Chasers live stream.
Yes, hello, you guys, and happy Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
Yes,
Hello,
my
hello,
favorite.
my Grits. How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome everyone coming in. Oh my
Yes,
goodness, a lot of things have been happening, and as you can see from the
yes,
title, oh my gosh. But first of all, like I said, happy Valentine's Day. Thank you to everyone that's coming
yes.
in to the live stream to watch live stream. Welcome to everyone, and hello to everyone that's watching the replay. Oh man. Hey Tori, how you doing? Oh my
Yes, so
goodness.
good to see everyone.
Yes, it is. I cannot believe
It's been a
some of the things.
while.
Yeah, I can't believe some things have happened. Yes, missed you too. So glad we're back. Didn't know we were coming back, as we said
Yeah.
on the previous live stream, but we are back, and there's a lot that's been going on recently.
Oh, a whole lot. Oh, my goodness.
Okay,
And we have a
so is there
lot of new stuff coming, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely do, which we can get into later on, talk about that. Before we get into what's on the thumbnail, is there anyone that you wanted to speak on or talk about at all?
Well, I wanted to mention before we get started about, our hot topic. I want to talk about a couple videos ago before Jazz's incident. She was talking about Amaya and her working out, which is perfectly fine. But she has said that Amaya weighs herself every day and that Amaya thought that she needed to lose 5 pounds. I thought that was interesting.
Oh my goodness. See, I think she needs to talk to her when she has her working out, speak to her on stuff, and
Mhm.
also realize she probably shouldn't talk about her weight so negatively so much, because we don't realize when we're so hyper focused on ourselves and how we look and the things that we don't like about ourselves that our kids are picking up on that. And then that's going to then cause them to start nitpicking at themselves. So I hope Jazz addresses that, you know.
Mhm. Me too. But that was all I wanted to mention before we get started. So take it away.
Okay. Yes, Tori says you guys will have a lot of content from these crazy streets for sure. Like, oh my God, I didn't realize that a lot was going on. Like for a while, like I mentioned before, I didn't I just didn't really watch them much because it kind of was just kind of repetitive. There's a lot going on, a lot of the same things. There were a lot of things that were going on, a lot of fights that were happening that I'm really sad that we missed and weren't able to really speak on.
Yeah,
But still, stuff keeps happening. It keeps happening.
that's right.
So I'm sure a lot of people already know. I think this happened, 2 days ago now? Yesterday? I think she
Yeah.
got out. I think the live stream was yesterday, so not too long ago. It was actually yesterday. That apparently MyJazzyLife or Jasmine was arrested for alleged harassment. That was what the charges were.
Yeah.
I didn't notice anyone else had the charges up. So I was able to find it myself and saw that the charges were for harassment. And there are some missing details that Jazz didn't mention that I think she doesn't know, and that I've seen no one else mention when it comes to the situation. So I hope that somehow, some way she does hear about some of these things, because I know she is working on the case, and we'll get into that. But I hope that she does come here to get a little bit more insight, because there are some things she doesn't even know about that when it comes into regard to Liv putting this charge on her.
Right.
So if you don't know, which like I said, I'm sure most people know, but if you don't know, because sometimes some people aren't aware, Jazz was arrested. Apparently what happened is she was driving. She got pulled over for her tail light going out, and they asked if she had any warrants. She said no. When they checked, apparently she did. She didn't know, of course, because she didn't know this was going on. And so she was arrested in front of her kids, was trying to figure out how she could get her kids, somewhere safe. Once she was taken to the jail, she said she was trying to figure out what was going on. There wasn't really much they could tell her, which makes sense. Because usually they try to leave those things for the judge. She didn't say they gave her her Miranda rights or anything like that. So because they didn't do that, they weren't going to question her, because then that could have kind of like some law issues. After that, she ended up going to jail. She stayed there for 2 days. She got out. She said they posted her bail. She said that she was going to get transferred, because what happened is when she got in front of the judge, they did say her name, Olivia Johnson, saying that is the one that had pressed charges against her, and that she pressed charges in Arlington. And because of that, Jazz was going to be transferred. If she couldn't post bail, she was going to be transferred to a jail facility in Arlington, Texas. So thankfully she was able to post bond. And she got out, her family helped her and all that stuff. And when she went on live, she was talking about, she was eating, and her kids, I guess the other kids were with their dad. And then she had Legendary. But
Well,
so
I think she said that from what I heard last night, someone mentioned that Philip actually took Legendary. So I was like, oh, if he did, that was nice. But that was what I heard from another reactor. I don't know if that's true or not. I just want to throw that in there.
I don't. Well, based off of what Jazz said, I think she said that he did pick up Legendary and the other kids, but I think he dropped him off with her mom because her mom was at home with a
Oh,
minor.
okay.
And I do believe
Okay.
that if I'm not wrong, that she dropped him off.
Okay, good. There you go.
It says Jazz probably threatened. Let's see. It says Liv probably showed the police, the video of Jazz threatening her, which she did. Some channels are showing that. Okay, yeah, I did hear something about. I did remember in the live, Jazz did mention that, and someone else mentioned something about that to get the harassment charges on her, though, that she did that, but to also prove that she was there. I guess something about she put together some footage and then put it on the ring camera and whatever, something like that, because something she had to have done to prove that she had been physically there doing things to her, to harass her, to taunt her, or whatever the case may be.
But I'd like to interrupt because Jazz should get some information on Liv because Liv has threatened her numerous times, and Liv has also said that Jazz's little daughter was touched by Chris. So if I was Jazz, I'm just saying, well, let's continue.
No, you're right. Like Jazz has a lot of actual evidence against her. And like she even mentioned that she had already given out a cease and desist and that can be used in court to prove, you know what I mean? Right. So honestly, Jazz has, in my honest opinion, I do believe that Jazz probably has a really good case against her, which we'll get more into that later. But yeah, so trying not to lose my train of thought. There's just so many things that have been going on.
There is a lot.
Yeah. So yeah. So she has to go to Arlington, of course, for the court date. I don't know what date that is. If someone has that information, that'd be great to share. I could not find that, but I did find her actual court date. Now, according to Jazz, and according to what's going on, she said that apparently Liv had filed it in November. Now, I don't know what was happening in May, but according to the warrant paperwork that's online, apparently she said the offense date was in May of 2024. So
messed up.
Either saying it happened then, or there's one of two things I'm not super certain about, but it's either this isn't the first time she's filed on Jazz, or she just said that was when it happened. But it says offense date was that day. So
yeah, and the thing is, Liv keeps saying that she's gonna do that to other people as well. But the thing is, people can talk about you. You know what I'm saying? That makes no sense. But the thing is, she's gonna get in trouble because she's the one behind a lot of that child support.
Yeah, she's actually like, she could get felony charges for that, like allegedly. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's got a really bad case against herself right now. So I don't know. When it comes to Liv, it's a whole situation. Because my thing with Jazz is, like, Jazz is talking about all these things, and she has a whole lot that she can come against her with. But Jazz, like in one of the clips, and I have a couple clips to show later on. We'll put it out. You guys can see to kind of show what we're talking about, especially if you don't know who these people are. But she was mentioning how Liv needs to not talk so much, and honestly, Jazz needs to take her own advice, because she is going to end up giving Liv all the information she's going to need, and probably ruining her own case if she's trying to take this further. What I mean, if she's trying to counter sue her, you know what I mean? Like, she's gonna mess it up. I mean, what she should do is look at what happened with Liv and Gerard. Gerard didn't say not a word. Gerard was doing his thing. He didn't say at all. And when he came out with that case against Liv was shocked. That's why it was so devastating for her, because she did not see it coming. She was looking to the left, and that arrow came from the right. You know what I mean? So she was not ready. She was not ready. I want to mention this comment here by Chris says, how come she didn't do it to Yanni? And that is true because I remember Yanni was the one that actually they saw each other. They actually saw each other right to each other in a bathroom, got scared, both of them. I remember when that happened.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah.
I don't remember what the situation was. I don't remember, but I do remember them running into each other. And she actually physically was there with her. She physically, if she wanted to, which both clearly they were both all bark no bite because they were both terrified. But you know, they could have done that. And everyone's always saying pull up, but then when they see each other in person, they're literally scaredy cat because they're all this, you know.
I personally think that she thought that maybe Jazz was a weaker vessel because she always called Jazz weak.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it's probably because Jazz, well, I don't know if Jazz is a physical fighter, but maybe because Jazz doesn't usually say much or probably behind the scenes doesn't fight, or maybe she is the type of person that it seems like to me, she's the type of person to try to like still be friends with people. So maybe she assumed she was weak because, oh, she's still my friend. Oh, she trusts me. Oh, okay. You know, she's the weak one. Maybe that's what it is. But, you know, like it's just this whole situation is crazy. And
I personally hope that I hope Jazz do stand up for herself for once because Liv's doing too much. Liv thinks she's got everything wrapped around her finger. She thinks she can tell people what to talk about, what not to talk about. She's not like that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? But she tries to bully people.
Yeah, she doesn't think that she's all bark because she is like terrified. And I noticed that she did come on live, I think last night or this morning, whatever. She came on live trying to dress all cute, trying to act unbothered. That's the thing about Liv is she always comes and acts like she's just so unbothered, you know, until she has her little breakdown.
Over there stressing.
Yeah, you know she's stressing. I mean, she's so far behind on child support that she can have a felony charge against her if she doesn't already have one, you know, allegedly, for not taking care of that. You know what I mean? So honestly, she should probably, until she gets that caught up, probably try to stay out of the court system. You know what I mean? Like not like no tea, no shade, but just like stay out of the court system, you know, and don't try to do all that until you get this situated. Because what if she goes there to the courthouse and they arrest her on a different charge? You know?
I know. You know the thing for me with Liv trying to act like she's all that and she's so sexy and stuff. Then she gonna get on a trampoline. Now, if you all sexy and stuff, why you getting on a trampoline? You pee in your pants. You can't even do Kegels. You can't even control your urine stream, but you can control other people talking about you. Fix that first, then talk about that and pay for your kids. No one should have to put you almost in jail to pay for your kids. You need to fix that. Because I promise you, if Jazz retaliate, Liv ain't getting out right away unless she can pay a large amount of child support.
Yeah, which she knows she doesn't have. You know, she doesn't have it, you know, but she's playing around the courses. But, oh, that she doesn't have it yet.
Yeah.
So Yanni had her in the bathroom and she ran screaming. Yeah, I heard something about that.
She did.
Yeah.
She left her shoes behind.
Left her shoes?
Yeah, she left her shoes behind.
Oh my God. I wish that was around the time I wasn't really watching them. So I kind of got like bits and pieces. And now, like, honestly, now after hearing some of these things, I really wish that I had like been more active listening to it because it honestly sounds hilarious. Like all I know is just that part. That's crazy. And that just proves even more. But like I said, like with Jazz, I think that she should shh. You know what I mean? You know, because I know she said she asked the police officers, like, can I mention this or whatever? And the thing is, police officers aren't lawyers. Okay. You know what I mean? Like they're not lawyers. So, you know, maybe someone did say, I guess, you know, just trying because it sounded like they were pretty much like, don't say too much. You know, I guess assuming she would get it, you know, like don't say too much. So basically don't say nothing. You know what I mean? They're not her lawyer. They can't just legally be like, you know, don't say nothing, give her advice. You know what I mean? Like give her advice without giving her advice. You know what I mean? Because then that puts them in jeopardy legally, or could potentially. But you know, like Jazz is talking too much, and she needs to really take her own advice and hush. And also another thing is,
anybody would have found it. To be honest, I don't think anybody would have found it.
I don't think so either. Not right away, because look it up, you do not find it. You do not find it. Like you have to actually know. It took a minute for me to figure out where it was. Like it took me a little bit. And I don't think it would have came out. And if it would have come out, it wouldn't have come out right away. It probably would have been like some months down the stream. So yeah, that's what she said she was worried about. No, you wouldn't have found it right away because it's hard to find it. And it's funny because with her, usually when you type up her name, a lot of things pop up. But to try to find that was very hard. You have to really dig to find it. It is public record, but it is very hard to find it. So no, she didn't have to say anything.
But she said she's never been in trouble before, so that's probably why.
Yeah, that's probably, more than likely, because she's never been arrested. She's not all in the court systems. No, usually if there's someone that's all in the court systems, they're easy to find. Like you type in Olivia's name, you're going to see a crud ton of things pop right up. I'm being dead serious. Because when I did that, I was trying to find the case. Like I still haven't found the actual like court document of her filing or whatever. Like if someone else has it, cool. I don't. But when you type in her name, it's just like somebody versus her, somebody versus her, somebody versus her, somebody versus her, you know? And then when you look at Jazz, you'll mostly just see like sports stuff from her. You'll see like her old like sport basketball pictures when she was like a teenager. Like you'll see that. So it's kind of hard to find. So I do, so, you know, she stayed in the.
You know what I didn't like about it though? First of all, I think that's shady to be sneaky and do stuff like that. I can't stand when people do underhanded stuff because we're all women. But the fact that she did that and Jazz's children was there, that was a whole new low for me. I mean, I had no respect for Olivia in the beginning, but I really have no respect for her now because I secretly believe that she's trying to get Jazz's kids taken away from her because her kids has been taken away from her.
And that's horrible. To wish you don't want somebody else just because you're mad. Because she did it to herself. Losing her children to Gerard, she did that to herself. She did that. You know? You can't. But
she can fight for theirs, but she won't fight for her kids, but she'll fight to put Jazz in jail.
That's crazy. But no, wouldn't fight for her children. But yeah, I would fight for this to get her kids taken away. When really, if she was really a friend to anybody, she would be like, don't do like I did because you could lose them. Stop doing it. She would give advice. You know what I mean? She'd be giving advice like, hey, don't do what I did. Hey, you know what I mean? Like if that happened to me and I knew my friend was a vlogger, I'd be like, hey, Jazz, like, because they said they call behind the scenes. Because that's one of the things, we'll get to that in a second. You know, I'd be like, hey, this thing you're doing, don't do this. This is using court.
You know what happened though? All of it happened because of Zolo. Leah was denying Zolo was the father. I had done on my other channel said numerous times that Zolo was the father. I also tell everybody that there was 3 fathers and not just 2. And Leah's up there, no, it's just, and then it ended up, I was absolutely right about that. Not trying to pat myself on the back, but you can tell those kids don't look nothing alike. And then I want to talk about the guy that's supposed to be Kalani's dad.
Okay.
That guy was so disrespectful to Liv when Liv called him. Everything she said about Gerard is really how Kalani's fake daddy acts by her. This man don't even claim that little girl. He was cursing in front of Liv and the little girl. He was playing a game and told her pretty much call back later. You know, it's like there was no respect, but she appreciates somebody that dog her out versus a man like Gerard.
Yeah, and Gerard was a good guy. I'm not saying he's perfect. Nobody is. Way too good. Yeah. Way too good. Yeah. And I hate to say that about another woman, about another mom, because I am woman power. But in that situation, she was the bad one.
She was the bad one. And now she wants to talk to a Hispanic guy, and she's got her own culture going on. She's got the 3 kids by Gerard. She's got the other 2 kids by 2 other men. And the way she was dressed last night looked like she about to have another one in about 9 months. This woman looks trashy on YouTube. She's walking around half naked on YouTube.
Yeah, literally.
Disgusting.
And then in front of her children, in front of her son. Yeah. Neither one of them need to see that.
She actually took a shower in front of AJ. I did a video on it. AJ was right there. She's totally naked, showering, and the baby is seeing her front, her back, her everything. And when you look like Liv, that should be illegal to get on camera looking like that. This woman looks awful.
And that's just so disgusting for your kids to see that, because that's scarring for
Yeah,
children. You know what I
it
mean?
is.
Like if a kid accidentally
Yeah,
walks in on you or something like that, it's like, oh my God, okay, hold on.
yeah.
But for you to just drop everything and your kid is there, you know what I mean? Like that's
Disgusting.
disgusting. That's gross. Get them busy doing
Yeah.
something, and then you take your shower. Or she doesn't work anyway, and she doesn't usually bathe that
No.
often, allegedly. But from
Yeah.
what I've seen in all the years, she's not
She
quick to jump
don't.
in bathe anyway, so she can wait till they go to sleep and take a bath. You know what I mean? Like that's
Exactly.
no, my kids not. No, they don't see
Liv
none of that.
looks so, Liv looks like, I said this before, I think before we stopped podcasting the first time. Liv was looking like she was soliciting all those other times. And then I mentioned it and the babies pops up.
Yeah,
Now it looks like she's about to do the same thing, you know? Yeah,
yeah,
Gerard was a good guy. Gerard was a
yeah. He
good
was.
guy. And now she's mad because he has a woman that really values him and he values her. His wife don't disrespect him. The kids look nice. When they was with Liv, them kids look like throwaways. Look
Yeah, and
bad.
she didn't care. Yeah, she didn't care
No,
because
she
she was
don't
too
care.
busy doing something, doing a little something like that, you know.
Yeah. And she's neglecting the two she got now, Kalani and AJ. They
Yeah,
crawl around, walk around, and she
well,
ignores them.
she finally let Kalani come out because she used to keep her in the bassinet for the longest, but leave with
Yeah,
AJ. The baby sleep in the bassinet. We'll go run errands,
yeah,
and then she started putting her just in the walker. No tummy time, no nothing. Isn't
that's
she a
right.
year?
Yeah. Yeah, and she's a year old, and AJ hits the baby. You can hear the baby scream when AJ hits her.
But it's her fault because she doesn't correct that. Like a lot of the things that that little boy does, like we can't even be mad at him because she's not correcting it. Kids, when they're that age, they're gonna hit. You have to teach them, correct them. She knows
Yeah,
this is not her first kid. You know, it's not her
that's
first two
right.
children, and she's a new mom. Okay, good job.
That's
She's
right.
not a new mom. You know what I mean? She knows. Or maybe, or
That's
maybe, or maybe
right.
she's pretending she's a new mom. Maybe she's pretending that those other kids were a past life, and now in this new current life, she's only got two. That makes this. She doesn't correct them, just like the other things that he does. She doesn't correct those things.
Well, you want to know something funny? Before she stopped showing this, AJ, I did a video on that on my channel. AJ used to twerk. And he acts just like Liv. Everything he see Liv do, he try to act feminine like Liv. And I'm not trying to talk about a baby, but she do too much. And Zolo needs to really be in his life, but according to his situation, I don't know how that can happen. Because I mean, the men need to be in these children's lives. You know
They
what I'm
do.
saying? Because they're gonna be acting. It's okay for Kalani to act feminine. She's a girl. But AJ, he even was trying to put on makeup. He was trying to get him a purse. That's
Yeah.
not good, you know?
No, it's because he's emulating his mom, and she's not
Yeah,
correcting it. You know what I mean? Like that's all
no,
he's seeing. That's his environment. And the thing is that's what she was going to try to do with Christian. And thankfully, you know, thankfully Gerard is there in his life, you know, to
yeah.
teach him to be a man, to grow up from a boy to a man. And with AJ, he doesn't have that. Neither one of those two kids have a father in their lives that care about them. They pretty much
That's
probably
right.
doesn't know who Kehlani's dad is, and if that is her father, he doesn't care. I know you're talking about. And then the other
I
one,
believe that.
yeah, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So,
Oh my God.
like
Mm.
they don't have a father there to care for them, you know, because Liv is just giving everybody a seat.
Yeah, she need to stop though. She need to stop. She was on TikTok. And when she was on TikTok, she was talking to this very handsome African guy. He was good looking. The man thought that Liv, okay, he thought Liv just had two kids, which was Kalani and AJ. Liv then had, while she was talking for no makeup, then the little girl came up, her youngest daughter, the one with Gerard walked up. So the guy said, "Oh, you have a black baby." So after that, then Liv said, "Yes." He said, "So you have multicultural kids." And then when Liv stood up, the guy said, "Oh, you got 4 babies in your belly." He thought that on Destiny Reacts. I saw it on Destiny Reacts. Y'all check it out. It was so good. The man said, "You got 4 babies in your body." He said, "So you have white kids and you have multicultural, you have black kids, and you got 4 in your belly." And this is while she was taking the show. while she was taking the shot. How you take a shot that makes you nauseated and you still overeat? That's a mental problem. I'm sorry. Allegedly. It's a mental problem.
The thing is that's their problem though, is that when they took the we'll speak on her, so we're talking about Liv. When she took the medication, she didn't change this, so you don't change this and you're just gonna eat everything back up. And that goes for everybody. I'm not talking about just her. Like, I'm talking about for me too. Like, look, I can take a shot, lose the weight, and then I'm like, well, shoot, I'm about to go binge on some pancakes.
Yeah, my weight go up and down all the time anyway. I love these.
Same. That's why I'd rather try to fix this first, fix the lifestyle and the mental first, if that's what I really want to do. Because honestly, I'm at this place where I'm tired of just the up and down and losing weight. At this point, it needs to be a lifestyle, so it's going to be a slow process. Because
it's a slow process. Because that's a woman. We have loose skin meant for babies on our belly anyway. So that's gonna blow up. That's gonna do its thing. Our thighs and stuff. So we can't really. We have to do a little something. But for these women, as soon as they lost a little something, Liv feels like she's now walking around. She thinks she's Halle Berry. She is no Halle Berry. She thinks she's Catwoman. Says she want to be Catwoman and she wants to be Jessica Rabbit. I was like, Lord Jesus, who told this woman that line? That woman looks like, Lord. I'll put it this way: she ain't got no guys banging down her door to be with her. Not even the baby's daddies.
Clearly not the fathers. That's sad that they're not even trying to be after their kids.
No. They don't like, they dislike her so much that they'd rather not deal with their children, which they're losers, by the way. The guys that don't, the two that don't deal with their children, Zolo, I like you, but that's loser mentality. When you don't take care of your kids, you got a son over there, you got to figure out how you're going to fix that. And then with Kaylani's daddy, the mystery man, who is supposed to be a black man, I'm just saying, no. Supposed to be that man. Oh, by the way, Kaylani's daddy is also a grandpa. And Kaylani's sister is like 26 or 27 years old.
Wow.
A whole man saying.
Where's she meeting these people?
Can I just say this real quick? Like, how are you supposed to be the young, pretty, sexy young thing, and the man chooses to stay with his wife and he don't want the tenderoni? How does that work? Liv can't win at nothing she do. Woman's a loser.
Probably because they're not she's not like looking for a relationship. She just wants, I don't know. My thing is going after marriage. That was an ex right there.
She don't know how to act because she wasn't raised with a father, and Liv don't know how to act. Apparently her mother might have acted that way, allegedly. Her mother probably was like that, act the fool with a man. Men don't want that. Women don't want that. If you're going to bring drama, I don't like drama at all. So don't bring drama my way or I'm going to be by myself. But Liv likes drama. She couldn't even get on YouTube and do nothing cute for Valentine's Day without her thinking that she got to moon everybody. The woman's big. This woman's big. She's too big to act like that.
Yeah, she is. And too old.
And I'm scared she's going to trip over them kids when she be walking around drinking. Now, she was drinking last night. And I was like, who's going to take care of the kids when she pass out?
Her mama ain't there, so.
No, her mama ain't there. Her mama hypes her up and then she leaves. Cause, Stella's scared. She'll hype her up and then she'll leave. That's what happens there. Yeah. And Stella, at any time, she can get up and challenge me with that. It's a mess.
Yeah.
You want to show some clips? Okay.
Oh, yeah. So I do want to show the clip as well. So we'll go ahead and show that, and then we can discuss more about this.
Okay.
What anyone says about me. I'm literally sitting on the toilet, working from home. Here you go. I might as well put my own mugshot out there. Yeah, we're gonna get into why. You can't lie. They said her name. That man came in there and said Olivia Johnson. Okay, my lawyer will be calling me in 2 weeks. It said harassment. There wasn't alleged. It said harassment. And it was crazy because they kept asking me over. It wasn't no alleged. It was how they kept saying, were you in Dallas? Were you in Arlington? Oh, I already did. The one I did do, the cease and desist, that one is going to be used in court. She used one of your videos and spliced it into her Ring camera. Wow. I'm going to go to Arlington, Texas to go to my court date involving her. Not to physically harm or harass her. I'm going to go to court and handle it in court.
It's a mess.
It is.
That was conniving, wasn't it? Sneaky and conniving.
Yeah, that was horrible because it's a YouTube thing, and for her to take that to the court, like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, and the thing is, especially because like a lot of the things, like she was apparently whatever she used, like Jazz was talking about, apparently there was something going on about people sticking sticky notes in her car and all the people that actually were harassing her at the time. And I guess because she couldn't pinpoint on that on anybody else, she took all of that and put that on as if Jazz had done it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But it said the offense date, like I said, was in May. So it makes me want to know, like, what did she use? What did she say? Or is there more than just things she's filed against? Because for them to have a warrant for her arrest, like she said, she had never been served any papers. And some people were saying, well, maybe it's her old address. And she was like, well, everything from my old address is getting forwarded to my new one. And she said, everyone knows her new address. I don't know it, but I guess everybody else knows her new address. But, you know, it's like, is there two things? Like, what happened? When was the court date? When was all that? And then another thing too is that Jazz said apparently Liv they had a call in January where she called her in January of this year, so last month. And this is like 2 months after she, I guess, filed this thing. You know,
you know what? She might have called just to be slick to see if anything happened. But Liv, for her to do this. Now, they both were going back and forth. I was watching. They was both going back and forth, fighting, threatening each other, talking trash. And Liv's always going to play the victim, you guys. If y'all don't know, she's been in victim mode ever since she's been on YouTube. She was a victim with Gerard. She was a victim with Brandon. She was a victim with Zolo. She's a victim now with Kalani's daddy. This woman's just in victim mode. And she's the one doing the dirt.
Yeah.
You know what? She needs somebody. She need to do that with people that'll fight back with her. Because I'm telling you one thing, if she did that to me, I would gladly get one and show her what it's all about. And she'd be stuck in there with that child support until she came up with it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Says she,
I have to say,
she looks like. Says she looks like. And then Dora says she's trying to get back at Jazz for outing Solo as AJ's dad, and Kalani is by some random guy. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And she trying to threaten reactors. Yeah. She tried to threaten reactors about talking about her, but good luck with that. Good luck with that, Leah. It's not going to work.
I don't know what she's going to do about that. People can talk. If that was the case, then there would be no paparazzi. There'd be no news channels. There'd be none of that. There's people that react in every single sector of YouTube, every single area of any type of media. So the only way she can get away from that is if she completely quits being on social media, which she's not going to do, because she's not going to try to go get a different type of job. She's scared of people.
What? You know what? Now listen, I'm not Jazz, so I can't tell Jazz what to do, because you know they don't like nobody telling them what to do. But what Liv did, Liv has done some very, very vicious things. Liv said she tried to get rumors spread out that she had proof of Chris doing something, saying Ava. Now, if I was Jazz, I would use that against her because she put that out. You can't put slander. That's slander right there. And you know how embarrassing that be for that baby grew up, saw these videos, and then she questioned Jazz, and then Philip could get involved with that. That's a whole mess. And Liv said she had proof of it, but when people asked her to show proof and audio proof, Liv showed nothing.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Well, honestly, that just, if she doesn't have any proof of that, and that's something that's not true, she can have a case. Not only can Jazz countersue her, now also Chris can also sue her, and then Philip can probably do a lawsuit against her too. If like I don't know, like I'm sure he could in some type of way. I'm sure there's some type of law or something that he could file
Well,
against.
that's
He could
his
have
daughter.
different lawsuits against her. Actually, 4, because then the state of Texas for Department of Revenue would also be after her. I mean, they're already after her anyway. So she's set herself up. Like I do agree with what Jazz said. I don't think she thought it all the way through and thought that it was going to come this far. And then, you know what I mean? Like, she doesn't think, she just does stuff. And I don't know what she thinks is going to happen. I guess she thought maybe she's scared Jazz, and then Jazz will be like, okay, I'm never going to talk to her again. I'm never going to talk about her. No, you do something like that to somebody, that's a low blow, especially when it's not true.
Yeah. That is pitiful.
You know, and like, I don't agree with everything Jazz has ever done. You know, I've had my opinions on Jazz, but in this situation, I am for sure 1,000% on Jazz's side because
me too. Me too.
Because I remember we were talking off camera, and you know, you mentioned it before I did, but Liv has really done a low blow with this. This is truly something. This is so far down. Just because it's a lie. It's a lie. You know.
But that's just
like, I was there, but I believe it's a lie. Sorry,
no, you're fine. That just shows you that if she can tell a lie this low down. Now, what I'm thinking about is you got to think about this. Jazz driving with her kids. Think about it, ladies. All you ladies that got children, think about it. You driving with your kids by yourself, and the cops pull you over and arrest you. Your children are left defenseless. That ticked me off right there. I've talked a lot of junk. But I always say I'm for the kids. And when you do something to a child, you low down. I would have never, I don't care, my biggest enemy in the world, I would have put them in a situation where they're driving and they there with their kids. Now, what if Philip would have been out of town and couldn't have got the kids? What if her mother couldn't have watched Legendary? Where would those kids have gone? Liv deserves something for this. That's some bull crap there. You don't do that to children. And then they had to see their mother arrested. Now, I've talked a lot of junk, and I'll admit to it, but I would have never done nothing to harm nobody on YouTube. I'll talk trash. They talk trash back to me. But to harm somebody, nah, that was wrong. That was wrong right there. And that would have scared me if I'd got pulled over and I'd had my kids and they were little. Yeah, that would have scared me. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, you know, I'm not telling anything. Thank God Kaylin was old enough that she could call, you know? Like, what if Kaylin wasn't there?
Yeah, she's just a kid. Kaylin's just a kid still. You know?
No, she is, but I'm just saying, like, I know trauma has all of them. I'm saying at least for the other kids' sake and for Jazz's, that she was there. She could call everybody. She knew how to call, and she was calling because if she wasn't there and it was just her and the 3 youngest ones, they don't know how to call somebody. They don't know what to say. They sit there terrified. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, they would have probably been, especially what if the cops didn't care? They just, arrested Jazz, warrant, arrest you, don't talk, whatever. You know what I mean? So then the kids, they just take them to wherever they take kids when they get arrested. I don't really know where they take it.
That's what I was thinking about.
You know what I'm saying? And then what if they get lost in foster care? You know, and she gets out 2 days later and she's like, oh my gosh, where are my kids? What am I going to, no one knows it. You know what I mean? All her mom knows it. Jazz didn't come back. You know, and then for 2 days, you know what I mean? And then what if she didn't post home? Now she's still in there. She's got 3 young kids that are out in the system. No one knows where they are. Then she's in jail, but being transferred. No one knows she's being transferred. This could have gone in so many different directions. It could have even been a police brutality thing. What if she was just in a bad mood and she acted out? Maybe she was calm and the police acted out. You know what I mean? And then she was killed. You know what I mean? Like, so many things could have come just from Liv just being like, she harassed me, when really she was lying.
Yeah, she don't care. She's just trying to grow her channel at any rate, and she don't care about the kids. She always claimed kids, but if she did, she would have thought that through. Why didn't she just get up here and tell Jazz how most women, sneaky women, I can't say, but when you want to tell somebody something, just get up and say it. Show your face. Be a woman, and there you go. But to do some underhanded, gotta go digging and stuff. Nah, that was trifling right there. I'm sorry. I can't respect nobody like that. That's a coward. And that shows more that Gerard did the right thing by getting his kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did. He did
She's just making him look better.
She really did. And she's just a bad person all around. And
she's a bad person. I'm gonna tell you where she got it from. She's a bad person because her mama's a bad person. Because if her mama was a good person, her mama would have told her a long time ago, what woman know their daughter got a good man and gonna let them screw up a good man? A fool would do that. That's why Gerard's wife now, her mother and all get along with Gerard because they know when you find something good, you better hold on to it. Liv was so ignorant, listening to her mama trying to act that racist thing, allegedly. And while they're playing the race card and trying to be cute, she up there done lost a good man and her kids. Now the sad part is, Stella, you're sorry, mammy, because you're sorry, mammy, because if those are my two grandkids and my stupid daughter was drinking half naked up there and my babies, she had a nurse pass out or whatever, I would have been like, no, you better act right with my kids there. What grandmother let their grandbabies be alone with a dummy like Liv? Liv's unstable. And Stella's supposed to be there anyway, but she ain't there because she ain't got her life together. At this age, 2025, the year 2025, she ain't got her life together. That's ridiculous. So it comes from the mother. I ain't even blaming the daddy at this point. I'm kind of understanding why the daddy left. I'm just saying. And why Liv's black side of the family don't deal with her. Because Honey Child, she would have got wore out. If she'd have had somebody black or brown in her family, she would have got worn out and know which way to go. This woman's 30-something years old, acting like she's a horny teenager. I said it.
Yeah, she's about to be 40.
Child, just a mess.
But with nobody to stop her from being dumb, because her mom, like said, she probably was live. What we're seeing now is probably Stella when she was younger.
Child, Stella was just like that. Because the reason I know she was just like that, because she ain't trying to fix it. She thought she was right. Her mama didn't try to fix it. And they figured since Lil was mixed, we don't care what she do. We're going to let her do what she want to do. And now she's a mess. And Liv, if you see this, you a mess. You need somebody to deal with you. If she was in my family, she'd have been cut down so low, acting stupid. She'd have been in the church trying to get some of them spirits rebuked out of her. For real. She's trash. She's trash. She makes me mad. You know how I feel about my family. Ain't nowhere in the world. You gotta let your light shine. My grandma always said, let your light shine. People gonna judge you on what they see, and that's fine. But just because somebody call you a whore don't mean you gotta be a whore. This woman literally gets up there, do the most ridiculous things. She's a mom, and then she'll say, I don't want a man. I don't want a man. Then turn around, I want a man. All in one video. She got spirits fighting with themselves. One of the spirits want a man, the other spirit don't. One of her spirits don't drink, the other spirit drink. One of her spirit wants baby number 6 by a Hispanic guy. The other one, she's done with babies. If y'all don't think this is crazy, and the Bible says the devil's confusion. There it is. Lives the devil. Allegedly. That's a spirit, y'all. I don't care what nobody say.
But it's your spirits. It's demons. It's all that. She's embracing them instead of trying to fight them.
Yeah, she need to fight them. That's crazy. You're gonna get up there. And then that's supposed to be cute. Then she said on a video a couple of days ago that she met a guy and the guy wanted to know what was her channel name. So I guess she didn't give it to him, but the guy ended up finding it. And then that was the end of that relationship. So it was a booty call. She just a hit and miss. Hit it, quit it, dip. She don't even know these guys' names. They probably say their name Ted or Oscar or something. She don't know who these guys are. Just weird. She don't know them baby daddy. She made me so mad, kick my camera.
I feel like it is. I feel like Liv is the type of person, and with you mentioning that, it made me think. Like, if you've ever been on online dating sites or apps or whatever, you know that you're gonna have those guys that come in. Like, you got the ones that you talk to and you can actually build a conversation with. They would have a conversation on you. Then you got those random ones that are gonna come in there and instant block. It's gonna be like, hey, you want to do this tonight, or hey, I can do this to you, or you know what I'm saying, or send you a certain type of picture, and you go delete, block, delete. Well, I think she looks on and say, okay, and that's who she's having these children by. People that just want that and that are doing it with everybody on the app, and you were the first one to finally say yes. Because I'm sure thousands of other girls were like, delete, block, and she was like, oh. And they probably were shocked, like, what? And said, okay. And then that probably turned, when they didn't live, they probably turned around and said, you know what? I'm going to stop doing that because now they're scarred.
That's right. See, she getting them guys with them poison poles. And when they got a poison pole, they full of everything. They ain't clean. They'll sleep with anything turns them on. So she's getting them poison poles, and then when they be itchy and scratchy and have yeast infections and all these other things, that's where it come from. Then they can sit down till that get well again. That's crazy. And then of course they don't know who the daddy is because they didn't even get to meet the guy. They didn't get to know him. They feel like they still got to sleep with him before they can even know their name. You know, same thing with Christy with Bam. She didn't know nothing about this man. And when a man say that they shy to sleep with you, you know something wrong with you then. And he was shy to sleep with that dummy at first. Child, that's a mess.
But first of all, she catfished him, so he was confused.
Yeah, he was confused. But that's what they get for always, because men shouldn't be whores either. Yeah. They shouldn't be like that. They need to keep their thing in their pants too.
Exactly. Exactly.
Zip it up. That's what I tell my son. You take your time. Men the same way. They need to be talked to just like the women need to talk to their girls. You ain't got to sleep with everybody. And the thing is, when somebody's mind is always on sex, that should be a red flag right there that something ain't right about them. Yeah. I mean, who thinks of sex all the time? I mean, everybody like it, but it's a time and place for everything. And Liv just a sex kitten, a very unattractive sex kitten.
You're wrong for that. You're right.
Liv's not pretty. Come on, y'all. We cannot lie. And I don't care what nobody say about me because I don't care. I'm not that superficial that it hurt my feelings because I got a life outside of this. But Liv only thinks she's cute when she put on a wig that's straight. And she put on all that makeup. And Lord Jesus, it take her forever to put on makeup. Then she got to carve in, and I said carve some cheekbones. Then she got to paint. She always paint underneath that first double chin. She paints it dark. Then she paint the other double chin. Then she like, this woman do too much. If you're that confident in yourself, you don't have to have a wig and all that. You can come out looking like yourself and go on about your day. You know, I'm just saying, I don't feel that insecure that I got to cover up makeup and stuff. Heck, I scare my neighbors every day. I don't care. I don't care what people think. You know, as long as God knows what's in my heart. You know?
That's right.
But it is what it is. She's a hot mess. She needs somebody to tell her because she ain't going to listen. Her mama did a bad job. Stella, to you, you're a failure. You did a terrible job with Liv. You got this girl running up thinking that all she got is light skin and wigs. That's all she think her worth is. But then she jumps on the trampoline and piss her pants. And then say, oh, these ain't the same black pants. Liv, I believe they were. I believe you walked over there, got embarrassed, turned around and came back with the same pissy drawers on. So yes, those were the same pissy pants. I'm just saying, allegedly. Because I would have put on another color so nobody wouldn't have thought that. But first of all, I wouldn't have pissed my pants because I know how to kegel. Now, girls, if you don't know what a kegel is, let's have a little class for about 1 minute. When you sit on the toilet, and this for guys, you can do the kegels too. If you are acting as a girl, this ain't nothing trying to be mean because I'm like everybody.
No, but it's true.
Yeah, if you want to do your kegels too, clench them cheeks up. You sit on the toilet and you pee. And then you stop the stream, just like that. And then you pee, release. And then you stop the stream, and then you pee and release. And honey child, your guy would thank me. So you are welcome, all of you guys. And that's what you OG reactors. I know y'all wearing diapers, Fran and Tasha. I know they wear some Depends or some poise pads. Y'all can do it too. Sit down, and if you want to know how to hold on to the grip, Tasha and Fran, hold on. Take your pen in your hand, and when you pee, you grip it, stop the urine stream, and then release it. And then you stop it, and y'all husbands will be glad. Because Lord knows their face ain't got much. That's all they got left. And I'm sure that's gone too. But child, that's a mess. See, people can do all that talking, but you're pissing your pants. And you're going to put somebody in jail while you're pissing in your pants. That's sad.
That is sad. That is sad. She needs to control that. Because when she was doing the jumping, that's how she realized she was going to pee herself. That's a muscle, so she can work that. Anybody's having an issue, work it, squeeze it. After you have a baby, you gotta work it. So you don't. Yeah. Actually, when you're pregnant, you should. Yeah. I can raise my right hand and say that on all 3 of my pregnancies, no matter how much I laugh, And I know if anybody watching and remember us when I was pregnant with my third kid, I was huge. Not once did I pee when laughing at DeMarcus's face when I was laughing. Not once. Never peed none of my pregnancy.
Exactly. That's all you gotta do your Kegels. I mean, you're gonna talk about somebody, you're gonna do a video like that, like guys gonna say, or women gonna say, she sure was cute when she peed her pants. That's disgusting. That's sick. Now you changing your diaper and changing Kalani's and AJ's. Everybody in diapers over there. It's a mess. Just try.
Maybe she's thinking it's like when you're being potty trained or you're potty training your kid and you clap for when they pee for the first time in the toilet. Maybe she's hoping everybody will do the same for her.
Yeah, and that's why she can't keep no guy because, and y'all women, y'all better listen to me because I know what I'm talking about. Good child, I ain't never had a complaint. But you do that, and you don't know how to control your muscle when you're being intimate. You put a chokehold on it and he ain't going nowhere. I'm just saying. It's just stuff your parents should tell you. My mama told me that. My grandmother told my mother that, and all her sisters. Child, please. You gotta take care of your body. And then if you're not with that guy forever, he screw up, then you can move on. But some women get so comfortable and they let it go. And so that lets you know that Liv, when she had her babies, she didn't do a Kegel. She just expects somebody to like it. And when they sleep with her, now that makes sense why they don't come back for seconds. Because I ain't never heard of a guy that didn't want to come back for a second turn or a third or fourth. No. Child, they can't get after one hit, them guys are gone. Guess they fell in it. I'm just saying. Fell in it, and then after they got out, they were like, I ain't going back in there no more. But that's the sex symbol over here, child bath. If you're going to be cute, fix all that down there. Make sure that's clean. Wash it out, keep it clean, and no one won't tell you what they don't see. You got to take care of your hygiene. And now I'm going to be up there twerking and flexing. And then how you gonna do all that? And then while you twerking, you just popping that stank all over everybody. That ain't cute.
Yeah.
That ain't cute. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
No, but it's true. It's true. I want to mention a couple of comments while we're here before they go too far up. Doris is not trying to change the bit. Before you go, didn't want to forget to let you both know that I really missed y'all. Both y'all are beautiful. Thank you, Corey. We missed you too. Good job, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no walls. No walls. Ain't got no walls. You gotta squeeze it. And thank the Lord it is a muscle, though. Thank the Lord that it's a muscle, so we have exercise. You know, so if we have kids, you know, it's still okay. It's still good. Yeah,
it don't matter. Listen, it don't matter how old you are. If you just now starting to do that now, then start it. The more you start it, the sooner you do it, it'll build up. It's a muscle. And look, we don't even try to keep gyms like that. We share it. We don't want to be selfish. Make your relationship better, but take care of you. Take a few minutes to do. Every time you go to the bathroom, do it. And if you forget, it's okay. Just do it when you think of it again. And you'll notice your sex life will improve. I'm just saying. Yeah,
for you too. Not even just for the guy. It does for you too. It just something. I guess the blood flow just stays there.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And yeah, like you said, it's never too late. It's never too late. You know, I don't want to be. And depends at what the hell. Well, how they have like young people on the like 40 and 50 people on the commercials for Depends. Like I always thought it'd be like when you're like senior citizen, you're at home, you can't help it. Like so you're like 70, 80, and there's 70, 80-year-olds that aren't wearing Depends. Exactly. Like seeing young people like 30, 40, 50 on these commercials, it's like. I mean, unless there's like a super medical reason, like unless there's some medical reason I don't know about, there's nothing you can do about it. And even if there is, I still try.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd still be trying.
It don't hurt to try. And I would tell anybody, any age, if you're married, all that. I heard. Let me just mention this real quick. Like, I was watching this show, and this woman was talking about, you know, her husband sleeps in another room, and then on my job, I heard a lot of women that their husband sleeps in the other room. Now, there's couples that sleep together. They not only look younger, but their bodies are more fit. Because when you do that, the man body and the woman body, if you're married, that don't make sense. Why are you sleeping in separate rooms? You don't need medicine. You just need to do that. I promise you, it may sound sick, it may sound gross, but stop sleeping in separate rooms. Get in one bedroom and enjoy yourself. Now, you might want your stuff in one room and his in another, but don't make it a habit. Don't get comfortable where you're sleeping in separate rooms. I don't understand that because there's a reason that it's a male and female. And I mean, that goes for anybody. I don't care what you do, child. That's y'all's life. Women to women, men to men, I don't care. But I'm saying if you're a husband and wife, you're not sleeping in the same room, I don't understand why. I really don't understand why. You complement each other so well. So, you know, I just don't get that.
And I say if the excuse can be they're a bad sleeper, I say just get a bigger bed. Try to invest some money in a wider bed. If it's like, well, I like this spread eagle, like whenever I sleep. Okay, well try to, you know what I mean? Like try to invest in just a bigger, or get 2 smaller beds or 3 smaller beds and put them together and make a bigger bed. You know what I mean? There's ways around it. You know?
Yeah.
No, I can't imagine being with my person and sleeping in separate rooms. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Separate room for like 10 seconds, but I'm be crawling in there. So it's gonna be pointless.
I don't know. I don't ever want to get to the point that where I'm like, well, I don't want to sleep in the same room. That's why I said Liv up that time she don't want a man. Then I was wondering, what do you want? Do you want your own sex or something? Which that'd be fine. But Liv don't know how to act with nobody. She don't know how to act with anybody. She's crazy.
She needs to work on herself. That's her problem. She needs to just look at herself and look at her wrongs. The thing is, she lives as that person. She doesn't look at her own self and take her own convictions and try to fix them. She tries to just look and make everyone else seem so bad. So I guess it'll make herself look better. Because she's
she's something else, though. That's a crazy woman. Yeah. But I hope Jazz do what she need to do. Because I'm telling you something, if you don't stop it now with Liv, she's going to continue.
Yeah.
She's going to continue to try to find something else on Jazz and somebody else. And that's just who she is. She's vindictive, and she's hateful, and she's not as secure as she pretends to be. Liv is very insecure. She don't like her body, because she was like saying, when she was actually losing the weight, she said, I still see myself at she said 300, but y'all, I know it 400 and some pounds. I was like, if you still see yourself that way, then ain't nobody can fix that up here. You need therapy for that. You need Jesus, but I know she ain't gonna go that route. But you need therapy after that, you know.
That's right. Saying. Yeah. And like Tori says, we love our California king. I know that's right. I bet y'all be having fun on that bad boy. That's right. But yeah, don't be surprised if she said she's dating a woman just refused. I wouldn't doubt it. But we have hit the hour mark of our live stream. It is now 11 a.m. Is there anything else you need to add before we sign off here?
Oh no, I'm pretty good. But thank you so much for y'all watching.
Yes, thank you guys so much for joining. Everyone that's back, Tori and Kiss, and everyone else is watching without commenting. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you guys so much. Have a great, happy Valentine's Day. We'll see you next Friday at 10.
That's right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What anyone says about me. I'm literally sitting on the toilet, working from home. Here you go. I might as well put my own mugshot out there. Yeah, we're gonna get into why. You can't lie. They said her name. That man came in there and said Olivia.